Wednesday, November 14th. I'm Riley Miller.
And I'm Chris Tatum. We've got a lot of news headlines we need to get to in just a moment. But first, how about that weather and those cooler temperatures?
That's right. We're going to take a live look from our Skyview 22 camera at the Homewood Suites on the river. Meteorologist Jonathan Myers is standing by with your chilly Wednesday forecast. Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you. 6:31 and new this morning. Savannah and Chatham County are about to get a new early learning center to help prepare children for first grade and give them a better chance at success. But it will mean big changes at some schools. 6:32 and over to Commitment 2018 News. The race for Georgia governor isn't over yet. Several Georgia counties have not certified their election results by the Tuesday deadline. The Secretary of State's office says results in 16 out of 159 counties were not certified last night. This comes after a federal judge gave an order preventing the Secretary of State from certifying all of Georgia's results until at least this Friday. It also directs state and local election leaders to conduct a review of many of the provisional ballots and explain exactly why some provisional ballots were rejected. Well, Democrat Stacey Abrams' campaign manager says there are enough uncounted votes to force a runoff, but people close to Republican Brian Kemp say the race is over and he would still win even if all the provisional ballots were in her favor. Georgia has to certify all results by November 20th. 6:34 and the death toll continues to rise after the California wildfires. About 50 people now dead. Hundreds of people are unaccounted for and thousands of others are waiting to get back home. Now, hundreds of National Guard troops are also helping find lost loved ones. And California firefighters are getting some celebrity support. Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl served his Black Beet barbecue in Calabasas Monday night. He also posted an image to Instagram telling firefighters to dig in. Crews who have been battling the fire also posted to Instagram saying, "Thanks, Dave. It was excellent." Exciting stuff. Well, it is 6:36 and the town of Hilton Head is working to protect the island's natives and other local citizens. Tonight, it's hosting a strategy building workshop on preserving the Gullah Geechee culture, and you're invited. The discussion will revolve around property concerns and barriers to developing their land. Leaders also plan to brainstorm ideas on educating others about their culture, paying taxes, and navigating codes and policies. They want to hear your strategies. As they say, preserving this culture is a top priority. The workshop is expected to last 2.5 hours, and those in attendance are asked to stay the entire time. It's happening at the Northridge event venue on William Hilton Parkway, starting at 5:30 tonight. And if you're unable to make it but would still like to share your ideas, you can call the number right here on your screen. It's 6:38 and across South Carolina, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Columbia. The State House Christmas tree has arrived and is now ready to be decorated. This year's tree is a 35-foot white fir from Maryland. It will soon be covered with more than 13,000 lights and 900 ornaments. It will stay dark until the 52nd annual Governor's Carol lighting, which takes place November 26th. And Jonathan is starting to feel a little bit more like Christmas outside.
Yeah, I want to sing along with those kids singing Jingle Bells.
Chilly.
You want to do it together? No.
Chilly outside, and we're going to...
Welcome back. It's 6:49, and it's time to see what's trending in the Morning Buzz. Well, the University of South Carolina wants to make life a little easier for federal workers during this partial government shutdown. Its athletics department is offering complimentary tickets to all men's and women's basketball home games to those workers and their families. The tickets will be at Colonial Life Arena box office on game day and will be based on availability. All you have to do is show an ID. You can get up to 4 complimentary tickets per game for your immediate family. The box office opens 2.5 hours before tip-off. Well, coffee drinkers may want to sit down for this next story. New research shows 60% of coffee species found in the wild could soon go extinct. Now, researchers in the UK warn climate change, deforestation, droughts, and plant diseases are putting the future of coffee at risk. The study says governments need to increase protection for coffee species and stockpile more seeds. Fewer coffee crops mean you may have to start paying more for your cup of joe. This is bad news for me and you, Ashley.
Riley, what does a day without coffee look like for you?
Especially when we start our day at 2 a.m., it's not good.
Jonathan, how about you?
No problem.
No problem for me.
I can't believe you're not a coffee drinker and you're on a morning show, Jonathan. What's wrong with you?
You know what? Maybe today should be a good day because to stay warm outside, it is cold.
Anything new these kids need to know before they head to class today?
Hey, Chris, good morning. I am live at McCracken Middle School in Bluffton, one of the many schools in the Low Country that will soon be filled with students. And yes, Chris, something new and important for drivers, parents, students. Back to school means more traffic on the road. And the Bluffton Police Department is one of many agencies that wants to make sure drivers are getting an A+ when it comes to road safety. And it's no secret, places like Bluffton and Pritchardville are growing fast. And to keep up with that rapid growth, 2 schools in the Low Country will have new temporary classrooms this school year. They'll be at both Pritchardville Elementary School and River Ridge Academy in Bluffton. Now here you can see video of the 6th classroom module at Pritchardville Elementary. The 5th grade teachers who will be teaching in the classrooms say they were nervous about the new learning center. However, they say they were pleasantly surprised when they saw their classrooms for the first time. The school held its open house this past Thursday, and they say parents and students who came out felt the same way. The module has amenities like bathrooms, water fountains, a copy room, plus safety features like fire alarms, badge required entry, and security cameras.
I think our biggest concern when we first heard about it was going to be the space of our classrooms, and then as soon as you get in here, it just looks like a regular classroom in a regular building, and it doesn't even feel like we're out in a mobile unit.
Now, some perks come with being in those temporary classrooms. They're equipped with the newest technology in the school. And by the way, those classrooms were not ready until last Tuesday. So teachers had less than a week to get their classrooms ready for students. But the school's principal says she is extremely proud of those 5th grade teachers and the way that they stepped up to get their classrooms ready by the first day. Now, also, we want to talk about students heading back to school in Jasper County. Our Alex Littlehills tells us about some changes they'll see this year. And we have not forgotten about students in Hampton County. They head back today as well in both District 1 and 2. We wish everyone an awesome school year, a great first day. And I know school safety is on the minds of many. Coming up in just a few minutes, we have a special preview of a report on school safety specifically here in the Low Country. Again, that's coming up for you in just a few minutes. But for now, we'll toss it back to Chris in the studio. Hey, Jonathan. Good morning. Thanks for that back to school forecast. I'm sure many people appreciate that. I'm here at McCracken Middle School. The sun's kind of starting to peek out. We know students will be filling these schools very soon. Now, I know some students may be excited to see their friends that they missed over summer break. Some may be nervous if they're starting elementary school, middle school, or high school for the first time. And some probably just downright sad because summer break is over. I know that's how I always felt. But we know something that's on the minds of most is school safety. Now, there were 36 weapons found in Beaufort County schools over the course of 3 years. This was discovered after a thorough review. And WJCL's investigative reporter Kyle Jones has a preview of the full story you'll only see right here on WJCL 22 News tonight. Kyle, thank you so much for that report. And of course, our back to school coverage continues on our website, WJCL.com. Also on our free news app. You can get that for free in the Google Play and Apple App stores. We've got more back to school coverage for you coming up. But for now, Chris, back to you in the studio. Hey, Chris, absolutely lots of changes to tell you about. I'm joined this morning with Joy Nelson of the Bluffton Police Department. Joy, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And one thing Joy and I were just talking about, she tells us, right here we're at McCracken Middle School. Bluffton Elementary School is right here. The high school's not far. Joy says many kids walk and bike to school, so something that's important for drivers to watch out for.
Absolutely. There are a ton of neighborhoods that surround this area. So this morning, if you're traveling down Buckwalter Parkway, you are going to see a lot of children of all different ages because, as you just said, we've got a middle, high school, and elementary school. A lot of children bike to school, a lot of children walk to school. So please, if you are traveling in this area this morning, please take those few extra moments, leave a little early, and be very, very mindful and watchful of those children.
That's right. And maybe another thing for drivers to be patient about and for parents to be cautious about, those new drivers taking themselves to school for the first time.
Absolutely. We've got 2 high schools here in Bluffton, and a lot of children are going to be driving to school for the very first time this morning. I'm urging those new drivers, leave early. Leave 10, 15 minutes early. Make sure that you're driving slowly. You get to school safe. Also, be mindful of those children who are going to be crossing the street. Parents, to you as well, if you're going to be driving your kid to school this morning, leave early. Don't wait until 10 minutes before school to drop your kid off. There's going to be a lot of congestion, especially here around McCracken Circle. A lot of congestion. A lot of parents want to drive their kids the first few days. I understand that. I have children. I've been there. But, you know, until everybody gets into a regular routine, leave early, drop your child off early so everybody can get there in a safe manner.
All right, Joy, thank you so much. Some very important reminders this morning. Thanks for joining us. And some other changes and new things we want to tell you about. It is no secret that places like Bluffton and Pritchardville are on the grow. To keep up with that rapid growth, the school district is adding some things this year. 2 schools will have new temporary classrooms, Pritchardville Elementary School and Ridge River Academy in Bluffton. Now here you can see video of the 6th classroom module at Pritchardville Elementary. The 5th grade teachers who will be teaching in the classrooms say they were nervous about the new learning center. However, they say they were pleasantly surprised when they saw their classrooms for the first time. The school held its open house this past Thursday, and they say the parents and students who came out felt the same way. The module has amenities like bathrooms, water fountains, a copy room, all inside, plus safety features like fire alarms, badge required entry, and security cameras.
I think our biggest concern when we first heard about it was going to be the space of our classrooms, and then as soon as you get in here, it just looks like a regular classroom in a regular building, and it doesn't even feel like we're out in a mobile unit.
Now, some perks come with being in those temporary classrooms. They're equipped with the newest technology in the entire school. And by the way, those classrooms were not ready until last Tuesday, giving those 5th grade teachers less than a week to prepare their classrooms for students. But the principal of that school says she is extremely proud of those teachers and the way that they stepped up to get their classrooms ready for the first day of school. Some more changes to tell you about. Heading over to Jasper County, first day of school for students there. And Alex Littlehouse tells us what they can expect for this year.